iguana. What was it? 800-409-9393. You can text in at 97720. Maybe you're the one with the crazy animal. Who's got the craziest pet in all of Tampa Bay? What would you do if you were in Jed's position, though? What happened to you?
I went over to this girl's house. Her parents were home. She lives at home with her mom and dad as well. And she has...
Because you live with your parents.
I live with my parents, yes. And she has a pet ferret that hangs out in their little green room or whatever. And she's like, do you want to see him? I immediately got the ick, no, I don't want to see your pet ferret. They carry a bunch of diseases and ringworm and all that other stuff, and I don't want to be around that. So when I was told all of this and shown her pet ferret, I was immediately no thanks. And then she was picking him up and holding him and trying to talk, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm allergic to it or not. I didn't want to be near it at all.
They're not cute. One of my friends, she had a parrot too, but she also had iguana.
A parrot or a ferret?
A ferret. She had a ferret, and then she had an iguana. She just had a house of just random animals. It was disgusting.
Does it smell?
She actually kept it fairly nice smelling. It wasn't too bad. It was in a basement, so a basement for me, it's always going to have a scent.
By the way, not the ferret. I'm talking about the basement in general. Oh yeah, she figured out something.
Yeah, so she kept the windows open, but I just think it was like a zoo down there. She had the ferret, she had the iguanas, she had a hamster, she had 3 dogs. They were huskies. I just think keep the animals in the wild.
Do you still want to communicate with this woman, or are you done?
I do, because I know that it's her family's pet. Mm-hmm. So I know if she were to move out at any point in time,
she's taking that with her.
No, she wouldn't take. You think
How do
she
you
would?
know that? Though?
Yeah.
I would assume she would get an apartment. And most apartments don't allow ferrets.
Who's being honest when they move into an apartment saying they ain't got a ferret?
Yeah, come on. If I got a ferret, the last thing I'm doing is telling my apartment complex I got one. What am I going to do? Go out and walk my ferret?
I've seen people do that, though.
Yeah, right. Come on.
Dude, I seen somebody walk a cat in my apartment complex.
Walk a cat? Yes, a cat with a leash on?
No, the cat was roaming with her.
Oh.
And I was shocked that the cat wasn't on a leash.
Yeah. Wait, you were shocked that... I've never seen a kitten on a leash, though. I don't like that either.
I just thought it was weird.
But the cat would just stand next to her.
The baby was... She used to push the baby in the stroller, and the cat was right next to it.
Hey, Chris, you went over to a friend's home, and what do they have?
They had goats that lived in the house.
What?
3 of them.
What do you do when you see these goats? Do you get excited and you go and pet them? Do you kind of create distance? You don't want to get dirty?
I love animals, but they scared the crud out of me because they jumped. They were like wrestling goats.
Oh, man. Now, I know that house had to have a sense.
Headbutt me in the hip and jumping around. My buddy, I knew him from work, so I'd never been to his house before. It acted like that was completely normal, just to have these goats living inside with his family.
Huh. I mean, when you say that they're wrestling goats, though, I kind of do get excited.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
From the top rope. It's Rufus.
It turned into fun when I realized I was allowed to push back on them a little bit. But I'm getting a little old to wrestle around with goats. But
yeah,
I thought it was
no diddy.
One of the most interesting things. And this happened last year with a coworker of mine. I just you brought that topic up, and I thought,
Hey,
wow.
People got it. People got it. Hey, Chris, one last question. If you were Jed, would you continue to talk to the ferret woman?
You know what? I would, but I'm single right now, but I date on a level of crazy that ferret is on that level.
Okay, all right. This is good. Chris, we love you.
Love
Let's
you,
see
Chris.
Lisa, do you continue to date this Bumble date, or are you done with him?
No, it was one time only. It was not a fun experience. It was my first date. I was newly single. We went to Bahama Breeze, and he said he was going to bring his pet with him, and I thought he was joking. Then he shows up with this huge lizard. The lizard was so big it needed its own leash. It was 2 feet long.
Oh, no.
Everywhere we went, people were coming up oh, my God, what is it? What's its name? And he just needed all the attention. So, and then we went to Whiskey Joe's, and same thing. All the girls coming up, and oh, my gosh. And he was really hot. He actually looked like Channing Tatum.
Ooh.
But I never wanted to date him again after that because he was an attention HOE.
He went from a 10 to a 6, all because of the lizard.
Yeah, the lizard.
But a 6 isn't bad.
It was too much.
Yeah,
So-
Jed's like a 6. I live in the 6s. That sounds fantastic.
Something's got a hold on